Ayo, what is up YouTube? And today we're talking about the SR character you see on your screen here, and that is Valerian, one of the best PvE characters in the game currently that people really slept on release, but as people started pushing higher and higher content, they realized she is super strong. Now, Valerian is very strong mostly because of her S3. So her S3 has like this health redistribution, which is very good against one-shot mechanics. And the biggest thing is you put yourself in a hazy dream. So basically, during hazy dream, Valerian cannot be CC'd, and she actually cannot take turns, which is very interesting, right? But at the start of an ally's turn, while she's in this hazy dream, she gives them a shield based off her max health and a basic buff that they don't have. This is attack, defense, crit rate, and speed. So it's very smart if you don't, have a buff. They'll give it to you if you have the buff. They won't overlap it. And also, you'll see that it's kind of like a cheat death for your entire team. When an ally's about to die, you will heal. So, and then she ends this right away. And she also has an invincibility, which is very nice on one ally with the AoE heal over time, which is very good, and it can extend by an extra turn. And she has a pretty lackluster S1 that has like a 10% chance to sleep. So the reason why she's so good is because of her S3, right? This Hazy Dream is super broken. If you stack her on a lot of health and make her a tank, she's basically shielding her team for a long time. And if you build her very slow, this Hazy Dream can last for a very long time, right? So you're just constantly getting buffs and a shield, and you also have that cheat death if anything happens badly. But you're probably thinking, okay, but what if she is very low speed, how can she actually get this off without your team getting one shot? And that's where her S3 nodes come in. So you'll see, the first one's whatever, you get an extra shield, nice. You get extra health when you're about to die with the cheat death. You get a bigger shield even, so it gets from 10 to 12%. The last one is the most important node. So you have to max out her S3 or she's pretty much unplayable in my opinion for PvE. And that's because you'll see at the start of the battle, you start with one turn of Hazy Dream. So that makes it so that you can actually build her very slow. You have the Hazy Dream, and when you take your turn, you can S3, redistribute health and everything, and then you get Hazy Dream again for 2 turns. You have 3 turns of a very slow Valerian having this Hazy Dream going, makes her super broken as like a super slow tank. And it's really easy to build her. You just kind of need to stack like health and defense. My modules are very bad. I need to switch this out for HP percent. I think 1 defense percent is okay. But basically just make her a giga tank, and you just have her as slow as possible. You can have some speed, it's not the big end of the world. And for Shell, you really want her on Artisan. So Artisan's very important because basically at the end of her turn, you'll actually be able to shield yourself and another ally. And the reason why I like this, especially, is for Doki Doki. You can run her on other ones if you want, but this one's very nice because it doesn't like boost her turn meter at all, and it allows her to be even tankier and boost your team's, what's it called? Defense by shielding them. You also get defense on her as well, which makes her even more tanky. She's very good everywhere. You're gonna see that if you go to challenges here, even like if you go to Shell Pursuit, you'll see if I go to like Shadow Flame Hoyan, which is the hardest one you can tackle, Valerian's going to be in a lot of these recent clears. You can see Valerian here. If you scroll down, you'll see Valerian here, right? So she's very good in like shell farming in like pretty much anywhere because she's so flexible. Honestly, you can take her into a lot of areas of content. But also in Terramaton, in my Hell 4 auto team I use her. You can see Valerian's used here. There's some other teams that like to use her. Actually, a lot of teams that like to use her. And that's mostly because at the start of battle, what Terramaton does is like his arm like hits you and defense breaks you. So you're at the risk of getting one shot like right off the bat. And Valerian's Hazy Dream stops that, right? And then she can S3 right after to stop even more damage and start shielding. So it's a very good counter to the start of the battle, which is like kind of this part where a lot of people just wipe. So you can see a lot of teams are using Valerian just to counter that battle start where that arm just hits you and one-shots you. If you guys have run Hell Terramaton, you guys know what I'm talking about, where at the start of battle, sometimes one of your units get one-shot. Valerian negates that and has a lot of shielding for your team for that AoE damage, and can even invincibility people, so it's very nice. I also use her in my Doki Doki auto team, so even in Doki Doki, people are starting to use her. She's pretty decent, and she isn't used as often as Terramaton, but I like using her, and I'll tell you why, and I'll actually show you why. And in Aurora, she's also used pretty much everywhere. So you can see she's used in all 4 of the thresholds. Yeah, she's used here. You can use her, you can see another team uses her here. So you can see, she's used in a lot of areas of content, viable in every single threshold. Honestly, in my opinion, top tier for like 2 out of the 3 and very good for one of them. But the reason why I like using her is because if you're running like a mono team, so for Doki Doki, if you run full green, which I do, and for Teramaton, if you're running full red, which you don't most of the time because you're running Freya and Kloss if you have them. But for Doki Doki especially, she's very good because the ads here do so much damage. And if you're running a full green team, you can actually tank all the damage for your team. So you can see I'm autoing right here. It's very consistent because of Valerian. And that's going to be because Valerian is of the light, I think it's called constant element. So she can actually tank a lot of damage. What I mean by this is because I'm running a full green team, right? I'm running Romoka, I'm running Kloss, I'm running Kazio and Freya. Since the boss and all the ads are blue, they're not gonna prefer to hit the green teammates, right? They're gonna see Valerian and see that, oh, she's element neutral to green, and focus her. And this is really good in Doki Doki because if you guys have done it on Hell, you know, like the ads try to focus you down, you can get unlucky and get like defense broken in one shot. Valerian on this build is super tanky that it literally does not matter. And if worst comes to worst, she can invincibility herself when she takes her turn, and they will still hit her. The AI still hits invincible mobs because they'll see her as super low and still attack her. Now, of course, if like there are other like, you know, teammates on your team that are super low and defense broken, they can hit them sometimes. But like 80%, 90% of the time, they're gonna be hitting your Valerian, and she is super tanky because you have her on this full tank build, and you also have her on a full tank shell, and you also have invincibility for yourself and this HP redistribution, which is super broken if like one target's getting focused down. So super powerful character, definitely recommend building her. She's very strong in Teramaton and Doki Doki, and very decent in Aurora, and also can be used in a lot of areas of content, like Anasync Echo, she's good, shell farming, she's good, and stuff like that. Right now I'm farming my Doki Doki, so I'll actually show you guys my run. I'm not going to commentate on it because it's pretty self-explanatory, but you guys can see how my team functions with Valerian in it on the auto Hell 4 team right now, which is the highest you can farm. And basically she hard carries it because my Romoka isn't the best gear-wise. I know this might look like it's crazy to you, but she doesn't do as much damage as I'd like compared to other people. So because of that, I need like someone to soak some hits, and Valerian kind of just makes up for my gear being a little bit under average for Hell 4. But yeah, I'll show you guys the run, check out how strong Valerian is. It's a very consistent team, and I'll see you guys next video.